The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Montana, big sky country. Protecting this rugged wilderness is a brave group of men and women. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of the last best place. Just after sunrise,
Smells like elk, that's for sure.
Montana Game Warden Matt Heaton takes a long, cold walk and discovers trouble.
Straight ahead, there's that little lone juniper. She's laying right there dead.
Montana's Region 5 is home to one of the state's largest elk populations. Big numbers of deer and elk lure in hunters who don't always follow the law.
All right, pretty fresh.
Warden Heaton takes a tip call.
Oh, so it's plain sight. All right, have a good one. Bye. Yesterday morning, we had a hunter. He saw a herd of elk, went out, basically drove through a private subdivision, parked in somebody's gate, walked through their yard to a fence line and shot a cow. Went up, gutted it, drug it down the hill, and that's where the deputy met him. They left it there. I went back in with him. Well, the landowner actually went out there today, just walking around, and 10 yards from the gut pile, there's another dead cow elk sitting right next to the gut pile. So this guy shot 2 elk, so I'm gonna go up there to try to dig a bullet out of that carcass, and then I'll have to go interview the guy again and add some more charges onto him. So he was already in a lot of trouble, and now he's gonna be in a whole other world of trouble. So welcome to Red Lodge.
Over in Region 3, winter grips the mountains. Outside the town of Dillon, Warden Rick Schmock keeps an eye on the local elk.
Snow day. It's the first real snow day of the 2014 hunting season, and the first snow day is just the same thing as it is for kids in school. It turns into quite a play day. Like right now we're watching, there's 3 different groups of elk out here with probably 5 or 6 trucks up on the hill above them, and these have a tendency to turn into a bit of a shootout. Elk get out running and crossing the road, and we've got an intermixture of BLM and private right up here. So we're just gonna sit here for a little bit and watch these elk and these hunters and see what happens.
Heavy snow drove the herds down out of the mountains. Now the elk sit on public and private land. A tempting situation for hunters. The warden takes a Tipmont call.
I just got a call from a guy that's down on Bannock Flats, and there's somebody driving down there where no vehicles are allowed, and they screwed their hunt, scared the elk away. The guy's name that called was Jimmy, and his phone number is 925.
Rick calls the complainant.
Hello, is this Jimmy?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Game Warden Rick Schmock. How are you?
Good, Rick. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Hey, I just got a call from Tipmont. What do you got going on there?
We're out on the Bannock Road. We're on the east side going up into the Little Rockies.
Okay.
And we came down, hiked down on a bunch of elk, and there's a truck down below us that's driving on a closed road.
Oh, really?
They actually cut them off. This group of elk's about to cross the Bannock Road right now. It's going to be a frickin' slaughter.
Is there a bunch of people there?
Warden Schmock realizes he might have a dangerous situation. Elk on the move and multiple hunters with rifles.
And then came back up. But yeah, they're about to cross the main Bannock Road right now. There's one legal bull in the bunch, a lot of spikes. There's about 4 or 5 cows.
There, what was the vehicle driving off-road? What was its description?
Dark gray, 4-door, headache crack,
It's dark gray or green. It's a four-door Chevy or GMC.
Okay. All right, I'll start heading that way. Like I said, I'm just up here by Red Butte, so I'll try to get there as soon as I can.
Rick makes a beeline to stop the trucks before things get out of hand.
It's elk hunting, 21st century. There's this dark Chevy that was driving on a closed road.
In Montana's Region 5, State Game Warden Matt Heaton responds to a tip call.
Monday morning, I had a hunter start down this road into a neighborhood and parked in front of somebody's house before walking out and shooting some elk. On Monday, when I dealt with him, there was only one elk. I never did go out to the actual kill site where he shot it. The elk had already been drugged down the hillside. He seemed cooperative, so I didn't do any further digging. I thought it was an open and shut deal. Got a call from the actual homeowner, the landowner up there, who said he walked out to the gut pile and found a second cow elk laying there dead next to the gut pile. So because of that, I'm going to take some more evidence. It just kind of helps solidify our case against him. Straight ahead, there's that little lone juniper. She's laying right there dead.
The second animal lies just feet from where the suspect says he shot another elk.
And there it is, clear as day. There's an entry wound. So that other gut pile should be somewhere right over here. He said it's only about 10 yards. Yep, here's his drag. So this is where he shot the elk. She fell here, tumbled here, he gutted her there. And that was where the first one. And from this one, from where he's standing here gutting, it's plain sight to the second elk that's laying here dead.
Heaton hopes to recover a bullet that might tie the suspect to the second shooting. On the snow-covered mountains outside of Dillon, Montana, Warden Rick Schmock searches for a gray pickup. A caller says the truck chased elk on a road off limits to driving.
There's this dark Chevy that was driving on a closed road. Maybe, maybe not.
Schmock stops to investigate.
Get out and visit with these guys real quick. And how are you guys?
Fine.
Good.
How was the hunt?
The guys got one down here. We were just watching them here.
Oh, yeah. Did this guy shoot from the road then?
Jumped the
He
fence.
jumped the fence.
Okay. The reason I ask is we got a call that there was somebody shooting from the road along here somewhere. All right, guys, I'll let you get back to it. Have a good day.
This appears to be a different group, not related to the Tipmont call. Rick keeps looking. Further east in Region 5, Warden Paul Lupke takes another tip call.
All right, well, I tell you what, I'll be there, in about an hour or less, and then we'll meet up and we'll take care of it, all right?
All right.
Well, we're heading into Absorki right now to go deal with the guy that shot supposedly a big bull elk, got out with a couple of his buddies, and they lied to the landowner. He told her that he did have a permit. She was kind of suspicious of that, so she asked if I'd look into it. I did. Turns out he does not have a permit. And I don't think they were ever going to tell me about it. I think they were just going to try to get it into the meat processor in Billings, probably divvy it up and call it good. But I talked to him on the phone. He's agreed to meet us at his house and take us to go see the elk. So that's what we're going to go see if we can find right now. From Paul.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Doing fine.
Okay. Just hop in my truck. I'll just visit for a minute and then we'll go fetch that critter, all right? All right, so let's just let's just go from the beginning. What's going on? Why the heck am I here?
And we was on our way towards the vehicle, and we'd heard the shooting out in front of us, so we was trying to hurry a little bit, and it was a long ways. And I'd gotten down there, just walking towards my vehicle, and it was a long ways, it was still a long ways off, and I'd cut down a coulee. When I was going down this coulee right there, there's a bull. And I said, okay, what do I do with this? I'm from the old days. You don't.
Now wait a second. You're telling me you didn't shoot this thing?
No.
Okay.
And I haven't even shot my gun. I didn't even practice this year.
You're just saying you found a dead bull elk there?
Yeah.
Okay. Who shot it?
I have no idea.
The man says he did not shoot the elk. Paul wonders why the hunter never reported the dead elk.
Well, look, you know me. You've earned it. Listen, just stop. I know, but look, you know me. I've been here for quite a while now. This is my 10th hunting season here. I'm not hard to get a hold of. Everybody has my phone number. Averill has my phone number. The sheriff's office have my phone number. Probably half your neighbors up here have my phone number. It's easy. You can call 911.
Warden Lupke isn't buying the story.
I read that Montana hotline on the things that you're supposed to do. You know,
I know, but Sam, just listen to me. This is why it's not making sense to me. I know this is why it's not making sense to me. That's why I know there's a little bit more to this than what you're telling me.
Montana has a lot of elk, but in some places, too many elk compete with agriculture, impacting landowners' bottom line.
That being the case, the overriding goal is to get elk populations to population objective.
To try and manage elk, Fish, Wildlife Park sets an elk objective for a given area and then uses hunting to try to stay within that objective. But currently in the 138 elk management areas, 80 of them have too many elk.
We have statute telling us, we have landowners telling us that we need to manage to population objective, and we know that, and we're being very serious about it. And so the thing about shoulder seasons is that will hopefully give landowners and sportsmen the opportunity to help us manage elk to population objective.
This year's shoulder seasons is a pilot project focused on a few areas in central Montana. If successful, shoulder seasons will be expanded to allow hunters more time in the field, to help landowners bring elk to objective.
What a shoulder season is, it's a regular season that hunters can participate in that can be earlier or later than what we've come to know as the general season. They will be open to anybody that is legally can hunt in that area. It's not a roster system. You don't have to be on a roster. It's not a game damage hunt.
FWP hopes with hunters and landowners working together, these shoulder seasons will be a viable tool for managing Montana's elk.
It has to be a community effort, but we're very optimistic that it will work.
I'm Winston Greeley, out among Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks.
Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke is interviewing a suspect. A dead elk has been found, and no one claims pulling the trigger.
Listen, I know.
You won't find my bullet in it or his or none of them.
Well, if I do find a bullet in there and it matches one of those guys, I'm going to be seriously unhappy.
Well, I am too.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, no, we don't have we didn't shoot. I mean, Joe shot up on the hill.
Is there a chance that he could have winged it?
No,
not knowing maybe it traveled down there?
I don't think it would travel that far.
This is all in 575, right? This is over by the Buttes, by the Twin Buttes.
Yeah.
All right, where does Joe live?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Montana Game Warden John Lasofsky patrols on a remote road outside of White Sulphur Springs. Storm damage stops him in his tracks, literally.
I think we're done. I should have had my note to self, put my saw back in my truck.
Wardens stock their trucks for the unexpected. He finds a handsaw and gets to work.
You get all the huffing and puffing. But if we can get through, this will save us 15, 20 miles.
The warden uses a tow strap to clear the cut branch. Such is life as a Montana game warden. Now, it's time to work.
Got a call from the sheriff that basically had a mule deer buck up here that's all tangled up in twine and wire, so we're gonna see what kind of condition it's in. Is that it right there? That has to be it.
Lisowski arms himself and heads out in the field.
He's got his head still up.
Wounded deer can be unpredictable.
Is he looking this way? This thing just isn't. I'm not happy.
The warden must approach with absolute caution.
Wardens is brought to you by Streamlight. Heroes trust Streamlight. And by Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Visit Polaris.com.
In Montana's Region 4, Game Warden John Lisowski cautiously approaches a mule deer buck tangled up in baling twine.
Hold it. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that go.
The tangled animal appears too stressed to flee. The warden makes a tough decision.
This deer was stuck out here. We usually have an antelope buck or any of the mule deer pops that get into this vet wrap they have up here, the wrap that they have for the bales, sometimes baling twine, sometimes just the wrap itself. This one looks like it's got the wrap. Been tangled up, couldn't get up, wrapped around its front leg and its throat and its horns. And in the end, would have just tried to keep going, but he'd end up suffering, so we put him down.
The deer had a massive amount of twine tangled in its antlers and around its body. This animal won't be wasted. John will donate the deer to the local food bank. Over in Region 5, Warden Paul Lupke investigates an illegal elk kill on private property.
You're saying that I changed it?
He talks to a suspect who says he found the animal but did not kill it.
No, wait a second. You're telling me you didn't shoot this thing?
No.
Paul heads into town to talk to a second potential suspect.
Would you mind just jumping in my seat back over there? But if you're leaving me with any kind of false story, especially a recorded statement like this, I mean, you're going to be in some significant trouble. Is there any chance that you want to change what you're telling me now?
Nope.
Not at all?
That's all I know.
The man says he did not kill the elk.
You sure?
I know.
Okay, because I'll let you go right now if you're comfortable with leaving me with that information.
Yep.
And we got to figure out who shot that, and we will figure out who shot that.
Wardens confiscate the elk and perform an autopsy to look for further evidence.
So that came right out there, didn't it?
There's lead right there.
Yeah. So we just did what we call a necropsy, basically peel the hide back and see what the bullet did. Found just a tiny little fragment of lead in there, but not a good solid bullet. But it's a pass-through, which means it went in one side, went completely out the other side. And the better part of its shoulder was pretty damaged, so we're confident that it was shot and probably went down really fast. So I don't know at this point if it helps us that much, but depending on what they tell us, it might match up with something they give us later.
For now, this case will remain open, but both men remain key suspects. Further east, Warden Matt Heaton also investigates a dead elk case.
The only remotely saving grace of this whole thing is I don't need to worry about taking care of meat or anything, so I can just cut what I need to cut and be done, so. Here's my bullet hole. That's where it entered in.
The warden hopes to recover a bullet that might match the kill to a suspected shooter.
So that means the bullet's somewhere up in the hillside. Shoot. I'll take a sweep with the metal detector, try to find that bullet. My odds are pretty slim at this point. I'll give it a shot. The case will be a little harder to prove now. I won't have that smoking, that smoking gun piece of evidence of that bullet that can match to a gun. Instead, I've got 2 witnesses that heard 2 shots. I've got an elk gut pile 80 feet away. I've got a second elk dead in the same spot. If he didn't shoot it, he had to have seen it. And why he didn't mention it, there's been no one else in here hunting. The circumstantial evidence is piling up against him, so I don't have the bullet which I was hoping for, but I still have enough to charge him anyway.
Uncovering the truth is paramount to a warden's job.
A lot of times, they'll just sit right on the hide.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The job of protecting the precious resources of Montana, America's last best place.